The decline of critical thinking, education, and objective news reporting. In every society, the strength of public discourse depends on three pillars: critical thinking, sound education, and reliable news. Together, they enable individuals to question, evaluate, and understand the world with depth and fairness. Yet in recent decades, these pillars appear to be crumbling. Critical thinking has given way to reactionary emotions. Education often bends to ideology rather than truth. And journalism increasingly reflects bias instead of objectivity. Alongside this shift, respectful communication has withered, replaced by hostility and certainty where humility once thrived. The question we face is not only when these changes occurred, but why we allowed them to happen. The erosion of critical thinking. Critical thinking requires the ability to weigh evidence, identify fallacies, and remain open to revision. It is not about winning arguments, but about seeking truth. Modern culture, however, often rewards quick judgment over thoughtful analysis. Social media algorithms feed outrage rather than nuance, encouraging people to react instantly without reflection. In such an environment, attention spans shrink, and the pursuit of truth is sacrificed for the pursuit of clicks. We did not lose critical thinking all at once. It has been gradually eroded by convenience, speed, and emotional reinforcement, leaving us less willing to question our own assumptions. Education without inquiry. Education once aimed to cultivate wisdom, not just knowledge. Students were trained to engage with diverse ideas, confront uncomfortable truths, and refine their reasoning. Over time, however, education has too often shifted towards standardized testing, political agendas, or career preparation alone. When ideology replaces inquiry, classrooms risk becoming echo chambers. Instead of empowering students to think independently, education risks producing individuals conditioned to repeat approved narratives. The loss here is not just intellectual, but moral. A society that cannot educate its young to think critically cannot sustain democracy or progress. Journalism and the death of objectivity. The press has long been called the fourth estate, tasked with holding power accountable through honest reporting. Yet modern journalism is often fractured along partisan lines, with media outlets catering to ideological niches rather than the broader public good. Instead of presenting verified facts, many outlets frame stories in ways that reinforce tribal loyalties. This development has blurred the line between news and opinion, leaving audiences confused and divided. When opinions are packaged as facts, truth becomes a casualty, and journalism ceases to serve its highest purpose. When respectful dialogue died. A defining symptom of this decline is the death of respectful communication. It is no longer enough to disagree. Opponents must be discredited, mocked, or canceled. Civil discourse thrives on listening, but contemporary culture thrives on shouting. The shift began as political polarization deepened in the late 20th century and accelerated with the rise of the internet and social media in the 21st. Public debate transformed into public combat, and in the process, the ability to converse across differences with respect was lost. When did opinions become facts? Perhaps the most profound change has been the elevation of opinion to the status of fact. While personal perspectives are valuable, they are not substitutes for truth. Yet in an age where my truth often replaces the truth, subjective feelings can outweigh objective reality. This transition has been fueled by postmodern skepticism toward absolute truth, combined with the democratization of publishing through the internet. Today, anyone with a platform can assert authority, regardless of evidence. The danger is clear. When opinion is indistinguishable from fact, society loses its shared foundation for reasoned debate. Conclusion: the loss of critical thinking, true education, and objective news reporting has left modern society vulnerable to division, misinformation, and intellectual stagnation. We began to lose these things not in a single moment, but in a series of cultural compromises, valuing speed over accuracy, ideology over inquiry, and emotion over reason. To rebuild, we must recommit to humility, civility, and the pursuit of truth above tribal loyalties. Only then can society restore the pillars that sustain freedom and human dignity. Just a thought from Ronald Valentine.